Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, everybody. We're a little late. We're going to blame that on Leo time, you know.
Hey.
You tell somebody, be here by this time. Now you got to tell them, be there in the morning. Be there in the morning. But we're super, super excited to be here. We got a really dope guest. And, of course, everyone knows and remembers Carissa.
Hello,
Carissa.
Hello.
And if you don't know, you should know. DJ STRIZZO.
What's up? What up, everybody?
Hello, hello. So
Thank y'all for having me.
if you don't think you know who STRIZZO is, and you know buzz wide open, round and round, that's STRIZZO.
I'm a beat it like that.
There he is.
That's that worldwide saying that is the gift that keep on giving.
Absolutely. And music, man. Music is just, it's the one thing that touches everybody's soul the same way, I feel. You know what I mean? So creators of music is more important than our society likes to acknowledge a lot, you know? And so we appreciate you. We appreciate what you do.
Thank you for inviting me.
Thanks for coming.
I just got back off this summer tour last week.
Yeah, Ohio, right?
Ohio was like the cap. That was the end of it, which was my birthday bash, you know. And so that ended like this 2-month summer tour. And so I'm home for a few weeks, and you hit me and was like, come out here, and I'm here.
That is synchronicities right there, y'all. Like, for real. When Spirit says do something, it happens. It gets done. So, you know, happy birthday.
Yes, happy birthday.
I heard Ohio was
Thank you.
A good set for you. So
It was lit.
Yeah, they love you everywhere. If y'all not on his Instagram, get on his Instagram. Start following him on all social media. Like, seriously, infectious positive energy right here. So
thank you, appreciate it.
So
as yourself, yeah.
Thank you. It's a Leo thing. So we're kind of focused on that. I forgot your gift. I have this dope ass little pyramid with the Leo symbol, and it's all.
Oh, it's all good. You shouldn't have told me what it is. Now I know.
But you don't know. You have an idea. You have an idea, right? I know. Anyway, it just listen. See, we were late too, so everybody was running late. But we love everything you're doing. I was excited to tell my kids, hey, my boy Strizz, he got a catalog on Twitch, right?
Yeah, Twitch. So I just finished my catalog on. It's pretty much it's 100 even like songs, and I needed to get all that done before I start releasing all this new music. So I didn't know it was 100 on the dot, but it was 100 on the dot, and I finally, my team, let me know that even some of the older stuff, which is new to people around the world, we updated all the covers and everything. So on all your streaming, just type in STRIZZO, STRIZZO. I just dropped a remix. Which I got a license for, directly from Lil Jon.
Nice.
It's called F.U. It, and it's doing real good. I mean, my dude in Texas sent me a video last night. It was going up, so it's cool. Thank y'all for, vibing to my music, man. Everybody in Miami that love bootleg. I mean, that's like y'all, that's still y'all favorite song, So thank y'all, everybody. Up Down, Up Down is viral on TikTok. So thank y'all for that. Sean T. What was that? He the guy that be on the, he used to be the guy to be on your TV like 4 in the morning doing the workout.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So,
like.
I do know what
you're talking about.
You can do this workout.
8-minute abs or something like that.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah.
You can do this in your living room.
Yep.
Yeah, that dude, he did a video during COVID to Up Down, and it just went super viral on TikTok, so that's a blessing.
Nice.
So I just kind of like follow the wave, man.
Staying in the flow.
Just keep reinventing myself. And
yeah, because you've been in the game for a minute.
How long we talking?
Man, I started DJing in clubs before I was 21 to kind of age myself. But I started DJing in clubs in 98, 1998. That was like my first club radio. I started working in radio fresh out of college. Well, actually, I got out of college early because I got hired in radio.
Nice.
And so,
once you're already on your path, it's like,
I could have been an athlete,
Yeah.
I was a standout athlete. Made it to the Olympic trials in '96.
Wow.
Doing what?
Hurdles.
Hurdles, for real.
110.
STRIZZO's a hurdle. Okay.
110 hurdles. If you
Listen, so if a zombie apocalypse does happen, like if this, because we're
Like you were
we're
talking
like,
about on the way in.
right? Okay, so we're gonna give him the spears, and we're gonna stay behind him.
You gonna-
And
Yeah, yeah. I don't know
he'll
how to
run up and then.
Yeah, I don't really know how to throw the spears, but we can run.
Yo, say you run towards
Oh,
them
yeah.
fast enough, you would just put him on the stick like a shish kebab. There you go.
Facts. Yeah,
Anyway,
we do it.
That's awesome. That's awesome. But yeah, and that's the thing is a lot of people really like when I went on tour with Flow Rider and realized it took him 10 years of literally performing for free at car dealerships and stuff. People just overnight see you and think, oh, where this person come from?
You're always the new DJ, the new producer. So when I go places and I do radio interviews or podcasts and you're the introducing new DJ, new producer. And I'm like, new. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I know I look good and all, but I'm in my early 40s, man.
I know, but that's the thing. They say it takes 1,000 hours, right, to become a master in any craft.
10,000 hours.
And 10,000.
Yeah.
I'm like, thank you.
Yeah.
That's that dyslexia. Okay, we move on.
Facts.
10,000. He's right. And but the time that it takes, and the thing is you're such a positive person. Like you really are sharing love and light. And even you think dope beats where it's up down, and it's fun.
Yeah.
Music brings up your spirit and it connects each other.
Yeah.
And the fact that you're using your platform too to spread positivity and do things like having your nonprofit.
Oh yeah, Supply the City. I got supplies. I just been on my ever since I was young, man. I'm an only child, so I always just been on a positive tip. Well, I believe that anything we go through is what you talk. Pretty much. Somebody tell you can't do something. When you young, you grow up thinking you can't do nothing.
Yep.
And my mama, she always told me I could do and be anything I wanted to be.
Shout out to mama.
Yeah, so I just always, and I came up before the internet, so when I see the internet, changing people's mindset and stuff, I'm like, I'm glad I'm not in that class. I'm not no better than anybody else. But one thing about it, it's I use the internet the way it used me. You feel me? I'm not. I don't get on there and be like, oh my God, I got to do this. I ain't never been that dude, man. I always just been like, man, I'm gonna just run over here. I'll be over here on the top of this mountain watching everybody go that way, and I'm go that way.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Nice.
Well, that's a strong confirmation about, you follow your heart, you follow your passion, you follow. Oh, Millie, see, I do need to be looking at the screen. Hello, Millie.
Hey, Millie.
So if y'all don't know, my birthday's coming up too. So we
2
got
days.
Leo.
Yes,
2 days. Look at you.
And what's that? I see the tattoo. It's Scorpio.
She's a Scorpio, but she's a Leo
but I'm
moon.
a Leo. No,
rising.
Leo rising.
My bad. I always do that with her.
Yeah, good
I
stuff.
do. But so that's what I said. The energy in here is just so dope.
Yeah.
And we got to tell y'all about a little something that happened to us last night.
Oh no.
Yeah, we got to tell you about a little something. Okay. So you wanna?
Oh, you want me to do? Okay. Well, I guess I can get a little sassy.
Yes.
Yes.
So we were walking downtown in
Downtown where?
downtown
Okay. There
Okaka.
we go.
First of all,
Getting the visual.
She don't get out of Ocala.
Yeah.
downtown of Okaka, not Ocala, Okaka. But we was just walking, and this. I'm telling you, he was already on the crosswalk. There is no way. And she just starts driving. I know she stopped at a stop sign, so Lord, I got to give her that. But she literally...
This girl's screaming, hey,
Yeah,
like trying
I'm
to get
screaming
this
at her. Her
person to
window's
stop.
down, and she's not. And then she literally breaks his foot.
Not even breaks his foot. She hits this poor kid, and his foot turned around backwards. It's on backwards now. And he looks at it. He says, "My fucking leg."
Yeah.
And
he was
so
we can curse on here. Okay,
yes,
good. Good to
bring
know.
it.
That's why I asked about earlier. Can I do profanity? Because I needed to know. Do I need to
because
monitor?
this is our show,
That's
and
true.
then we're
wanted
also
to be respectful.
going to be launching on Big Plus Network, BIGG Plus Network. It's a really dope network.
Thank you.
Shout out to Robert, the owner, and he's been a great friend, and he's actually from Tampa.
Yeah.
And he's also a Leo.
Yeah.
And doing big, great things out there in Cali where he's at, and we're really excited to be a part of the network. So more details of that coming. So first instinct is, okay, we
Check
gotta
on the
get this
kid.
kid.
We gotta make
get
sure
this
he's
kid.
all right.
So
Make sure
his
he's
leg is
good.
on backwards
It's literally
now.
crooked, like bent.
Ugh.
Bent.
So
And
he's
I
freaking
just-
out, and you don't want you can go into shock real quick with
Yeah.
those situations. So you know, my mommy instincts kicked in. Her medical assistants and mommy, we're all over there and holding the kid's hand. I'm like
I'm
laying
yelling at
his
her,
head.
I'm
I'm
like,
like,
you better fucking park
she's
this car.
cussing the lady. She said, "Don't you fucking leave." I'm not.
What the lady say?
No, see,
She didn't even care. Like, she was annoyed. She just had got off work because she worked in one of the restaurants down there.
Yeah.
So she was annoyed about the fact that she even had to deal with the situation, that shit took her longer to get home.
didn't even acknowledge that she broke this kid's leg. By the way, his name is Joey.
Joey.
Joey the badass. This is what we have
Yes,
deemed
yes,
Joey,
yes.
and he's went into surgery today. Let's bring up exactly what this woman who just decided to not pay attention. Y'all, if you live in Ocala, which a lot of you do that are watching, downtown is not a place to be oblivious. It's not a place to be out
Slow-cala.
there. And
Yes, exactly.
slow
Slow-cala.
cala.
Everyone has half their brain cells.
But why is everyone
Except for me. I have all my,
stop
you know,
having
couple-
sex with your cousins?
Oh,
So-
man.
We're not Virginia, y'all. We're not Virginia.
Alabama.
Okay, Alabama. Come on,
Speaking
y'all.
of Alabama, hello. Let's talk about it for a minute. I want to talk about it.
What?
What is your thoughts on the brawl?
Oh, the Alabama brawl.
Oh.
Let's talk
Man,
about it.
Look, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. I got on the train late because I promise I don't be like, you know,
Right.
like I don't be following a lot of stuff. So when I started seeing all the memes and stuff, I'm like, what's going on? You feel me? And then so I was on a plane on my way back from Ohio, and this lady that was sitting next to me was telling me about it, and I ain't seen it yet. She's like, "Did you see the meme?" And I'm like, "No, I didn't." So I land, and it was a way crazy travel day. So by the time that I got into the Uber on my way home, I'm pulling it up because the driver was like, he couldn't speak English. So I was like, all right, let me just. And I'm watching this, and I'm like, yo, what tripped me out? My dude was swimming. I was like, yo.
That's what I'm saying. Everyone called him like they were
Black
like,
Aquaman. That's what they called him.
yes.
Yeah. And,
My sister said, if you ain't willing to jump off a boat and swim to come fight with me,
well,
fuck
look,
you.
Right. That,
Look, I'll say it like this. It brought some awareness because there's a lot of entitlement,
yeah, we were just talking about that. Yes.
it's a lot of entitlement, and especially in this country. I love
I will
America.
say in the white folk community,
you.
you guys are very
The
entitled.
white culture is very entitled, and I mean, and this goes deep, y'all. This is not like a new thing for those that
Yeah,
are just
nah.
being aware of it. But I will tell you what's interesting is the way I grew up and being cultured and being around a lot of different types of people. I mean, me and my friends been kicking white power supremacist asses since we were 16. Okay,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
punk rock shows, you see it. But when you live in a certain area where you don't get the opportunity to see it, it's easy to just listen to
Yeah.
Fox News
Yeah.
and say they're bullshit. The prisons are full of these people because they're violent and this and this and this, and not realizing how deep the brainwashing has been. I
Well-
really feel like that is still part of entitlement.
Well,
like
you know,
it's that deep.
Yeah, no, what it is like they label certain things, and then people, and it's like, okay, and I'm just like, if it's right, it's right. If it's wrong, it's wrong. I'm not really like into the politics thing. I'm like an independent, if
Yeah.
that's what you want to
Yeah.
call
Absolutely.
Yeah.
it. And yeah, it's just like, okay, if I like this, then I can't like this. You know what I mean? And it'd be like, come on, man, like. And that was a
It's pretty much fuck your boxes. Like
Man, look,
there's
it
no
was-
boxes.
hey, that there, it needed to happen. I say
Right.
that everything that happened needed to happen. And I'm glad that the police actually arrested the people that started,
Right.
started shit, because it
Absolutely.
was like, it
And
could.
see, let's be real though. It wasn't even a fully like black versus white thing. Okay,
Right.
It really wasn't. Like when like who knows if that was? I'm sure that it motivated people. Whatever, who knows? But the fact was seeing the community come in and be like, y'all not about to jump our people, whether our brother, whether we know him or not. But the first kid to come in and try to intervene happened to be white. He was a kid that worked with
Yeah,
her.
I mean, look.
So it's just that he knew it was wrong.
Yeah.
You don't fucking do this shit. You don't
Yeah.
sit here and just jump on somebody for doing their job to begin with.
Yeah.
Right.
But even last night, this was one of the things that pissed her and I off. We were sitting there, and the EMTs, we got the poor kids, Joey. Kid's afraid of needles. He afraid of needles. So we're trying, and this one's talking about where you like to go. We like the ocean, we like the mountain. Keeping Joey's mind. She good with it, y'all. She good with it. Like we have this.
That's hilarious.
He's 21-year-old. That's my son's age. And so, I told her, I said, I pray that if anything like that was to happen with one of my children, that there was a Jen and Carissa available
Right.
to help keep him calm and whatever. And we bonded. He's family now. So we'll be seeing you soon, kid. But,
Yes.
He did so well. He was joking. He was whatever. But what I was getting at was the EMTs are loading him up and everything, and there's like a piece of trash left behind or whatever. And one of the police officers, very entitled, told the only African American dark skinned woman working to grab the trash, and the look on her face, and Chris and I both are like,
"Oh, the EMT look."
Yeah, she looked upset. Like it was like that look.
It was
like,
the cockiness
damn,
of how he told her.
Like, damn, for real, like you're really gonna act like that.
And you
like,
got 3 people right there, and you just happen to choose the woman with the darker skin.
He didn't even say please. He said, "Yo, pick that up." Like EMS, pick that up. Like you can't even say please, big dog. Your mom ain't teach you.
And the thing is, not everybody notices stuff like that. Not everybody actually sees it, and so it is situations like that that it brings a little bit more awareness of people and saying, hey, you know what, this stuff is really happening. This is not,
and I mean, and it's all taught, it's just, it's all taught. Everything that we see, it's all taught. If you put some babies in a playpen together, they're gonna all play together.
They're gonna love each other. Right.
Everything that we seeing is all taught.
It's all learned.
Right.
It's all learned.
Taught, learned, right.
Yep.
Cause and effect.
And that's why it's so hard to unlearn. Unlearning is very difficult, which is why it's so important to raise your children with love and tenderness and support, because like STRIZZO said earlier,
teach your kids right, because I fight. Teach your kids right.
That's my baby. Can you tell?
Because I fight.
That's my baby.
Yes, I fight. I will not play about my baby.
No, and you shouldn't. That's exactly what it's supposed to be. But the thing is unfortunately not everybody is being raised up in that. They're being raised up with hate and aggression and anger and these people are this and this is that and you're not, and it's a real problem and it spills out into everything. So when this young lady gets out of her vehicle and acts like
as hell, like, oh,
doesn't even check on him, doesn't even ask how he is or anything, like, I'm telling you right now.
That's because she was going to keep on skating, And then the fact
she felt it. So she was like, don't you? She's like, you better fucking stop.
And the fact is that y'all was put there for a reason, and, everything happened the way it was supposed to happen.
Yeah.
And, I don't know. I remember when I broke my thumb playing football, and it was like a whole nother way.
Oh, yes.
Oh, so I can't even imagine a whole. I mean, you obviously see it in sports
injuries
and stuff.
Yeah.
But just see that.
That pain level is insane, and he
right. But at first, he probably didn't feel it.
He was 4 beers.
As soon as he saw it, that's it though. Only 4 beers, and as soon as he saw it, he was like, you could see it click, like, oh, look what you just did.
Yeah.
But he, like I said, he handled it really well, and I mean, he's gonna be damaged for a while. Here, you read because. That's your thing. The things that he has going on right now that this woman did to him by not paying attention.
Wow.
She shattered his tibia and his fibula along with a shattered ankle, 2 fractured vertebrae, and then they have to rebuild his entire lower leg because it turned like she shattered his entire lower leg.
Ankle and everything.
So they have to rebuild it.
Well, good thing he don't got to get it amputated.
Right.
That's true. That's a good spin. But for a 21-year-old kid, that's
oh, that's horrible.
It shouldn't happen.
You need to pay attention.
Y'all pay attention. You're driving 2-ton, 3-ton, whatever, however big your vehicle is. It was a truck too.
It was a Tahoe.
That's a death trap and a death sentence. Yeah. So watch what you're doing. He didn't deserve that last night. And
prayers up, Joey.
Yes. So we will keep everybody posted on that too. But our producer was talking earlier about taking phone calls.
Ah, yes. If you guys want to call in.
Yes, please do.
There's a number.
Please give us a call.
352-717.
352.
Okay, so
take it to the house.
My question to you, because I am going into school for a certain something, but I'm not talking about it yet. So I like to pick at brains.
Okay.
So, what got you into music? What made you say, "Hey, you know what? This is the route I'm going to take. This is the route that's going to make me successful."
Man, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. It was my 7th grade talent show. So I started playing sports when I was 8 years old, and I just happened to excel in every. I was like, one field day, and I was track, stand out, and then a friend of mine named Sean McCoy. Sean, if you see this on YouTube or whatever in the future, shout out to him because it was a 7th grade talent show, and y'all remember that song "Me So Horny"? Yeah. So we made a song because he was bigger. Right? And so we made a song called Me So Hungry.
Sorry, that's not funny.
Facts. And I was so scared to go out and do this talent show in the 7th grade, but we walked out there, it was dark and all you heard was screaming. And I remember that scream and the way it felt.
The energy.
Yep.
While we was doing that song, and I was like, yo, this is what I want to do. After that, I just started like collecting like cassettes and cassette players and everything, and started like, I'm one of them DJs that's like a real DJ. You know what I mean? No disrespect for all the new school DJs out there, but I'm a real DJ, and I started mixing on cassette players, and I remember I used to go to the flea market with my youth football coach, Coach Bean, and we used to go and he would pick up these old cassette decks, and then after he pick them all up on sale, which one you want? And I would just, get one. So 7th grade. And then so that's, and then I didn't really start, feeling confident about DJing until high school. And then so I started DJing like all the little rec center parties and gymnasiums and stuff. And then once I did that, I just started. The next thing you know, like the gyms would be packed. Me and my homeboys, we would have the gyms packed from, Clearwater to Tampa to St. Pete, packed. And then that's how I ended up getting my radio job. And then from there, it's just.
Yeah, so it's just one step after another, and that's the thing, you that's what you do. You stay in the
seventh grade. 7th grade, when I heard that scream and all the girls, I was like,
Oh yeah.
No.
That sounds like ego to me.
Did you ever get in trouble as a child?
So I remember one time we was at this was like literally this was the 92 Olympics, right, when they had the Dream Team, right? So this is like the first Dream Team, I believe. Either way, a friend of mine named Andre Rutledge, and I can say his name now because he in California now, and even if you see this, he locked up, but it's all good. he was my.
I don't know. On TikTok, the people in jail be having fun.
Hey, it's all good. All good. I know he gonna remember this story. So they had the Dream Team jerseys, and so we went to the mall, and I didn't know what was going on, but he was stealing them. While we was walking through, he was just stealing them. You know what I mean? Like, I had my allowance, so, I'm walking around. I believe it was like Dillard's or something, you know what I mean? Just walking around, just trying to find what I could afford, with my little chore money, you know what I mean? And then, so we walk out the store, I'm like, okay, you bought that, so I didn't see him buy the stuff, but he had a bag, and I guess he threw them in the bag. Right. So we walking out the mall. Next thing you know, like these 4 white dudes run up, stop right here, and I'm like, yo, what the hell?
You're oblivious.
You know what I mean? And then they was like, open your bag, and then he was like trying to act because I ain't know. And then he had got. I will say this, he got me a jersey too. You feel me? You know what I mean? So he had grabbed a couple of the little USA Olympic jerseys. Aww. And they took us straight to the police department. The substation that was happened to be right across the street.
Oh wow.
And my mom had to come pick me up.
Yeah, she was guilty by association at that point.
Yeah.
And you know what though? You started that story with he's in jail now. So if that don't tell you about what path, we were just discussing how you started your path, having your support system being your mother, your main support system, and then having the availability and the talent shown to you, because in 7th grade, not everybody even knew or understood what a DJ was or could do, Right. And music is important in our schools, along with books, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're not teaching people and not teaching our children that slavery benefited the African Americans, because it did not.
Man, we
did not teach my son that.
Yeah, we dealing with different.
And that's the thing is that on the way here we were talking about that is connections like this, and I see all the people that interact with you on social media and that energy of being, just sharing your light, sharing your wisdom, sharing your positivity, supporting, coming out here.
Yeah, you know what it is, man. I just really try to change the narrative, man, because it's so easy. Just like everybody be talking about everything, and I be like, I'm gonna talk about something else. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't never been that dude, man. I grew up around. I don't want to get wrapped
up in all that, right?
Man, and I grew up around a bunch of OGs, dope boys, everything, and I was always like the DJ. They out there doing their thing, and I be like, I'm the guy with the backpack on with records in it. I'm going to Peaches. All the DJs, if you're listening or see this, y'all know what Peaches record store was. So I'm walking around, just doing that. And all the dope boys be like, Stro, because my short name is Stro. So if you get around me and my real good friends, they call me Stro,
Gotcha.
not Strizzo. And so my new wave real close friends call me Strizz, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But my old school like friends call me Stro. And so they would be like, Stro, nah, man, you know, you just DJ. You know, we'll pay you to DJ. Don't get in these streets. And so that's what happened.
Wow.
Oh, that's nice.
So
Well, they knew that you had somewhere to go and somewhere to be, and then you didn't need to be wrapped up in that shit. So that's dope. That's you know, people don't understand about though. You know, is some people getting that stuff because it's all they got. It's
Right.
it's only opportunities.
Facts.
You know, and that shit's systematically set up. But that we'll save that for another time because we
Right.
keep dipping into that pool and you know those who may be tuning in, you know, new. Hi, Tony. How are you?
Hi.
You know, our podcast we want it to be a very uplifting space and a very safe space. No
Yes.
judgment at all. You know,
We want you to be able to like call in, write in, say, hey, this is how I'm feeling, ask for advice, ask for points of views. I will call you out if you're dead wrong. I don't care. I will let you know how it is. Don't care.
yeah, because we're not about the
No hurt
victim
feelings.
mentality. We're not about the, you know, woe is me stuff. You know, you that's the thing. It kind of actually goes in hand with the conversation already is the powers to be want you to be so disconnected from yourself that you don't know how to love yourself properly and you don't know how to heal yourself properly. And the longer you stay in that space, the longer all that outside noise, those people around you and those things that could be pulling you down and tearing your energy into a space that doesn't allow you to live a peaceful, productive, successful, loving life.
Right.
You got to get rid of all that baggage. You said something recently. You can't, somebody said something recently about you can't fly with a bunch of something with, you know, tied down basically. And so this space, we have a lot of people that we know that come to us and that we have open, honest conversations and things from healing yourself from depression. You know, those who have tuned in or that know me personally know, like I have struggled with suicide since I was 10 years old, you know, and I don't anymore.
Yeah.
And I didn't get on their big farm, which I'm not against medications completely, but it's pushed to a degree that doesn't need to be.
Yeah.
You know, you can heal yourself from most things, and you're more powerful than what they want you to know. So once everybody starts to realize that, and we can raise collective's consciousness, and everyone can get within themselves,
And
that's how you change. That's how we change the world, y'all.
So, you know, I look at like, you know, just the generations, right? So, you know, like coming into the 60s, you know, civil rights movement, transitioning over to like the disco movement, you know, then you transition to the 80s and stuff. Usually the generational stuff is like 2 decades, right? So we are dealing with a decade of people, not only like, you know, that's dealing with, you know, anxiety, depression, you know, things of that nature. We're also dealing with the fact that we have now where you could literally be getting taught one thing, right? And so that's why I think positive reinforcement matters. Because you could be getting taught one thing at home, right? And then these kids will get on their phone and they'll stare at it. And they will like literally like come up with their own reality on that phone.
Right.
And the thing is, like, look at it now. It's like all the stuff we catch it on camera. Instead of helping this person, they up there catching it on camera.
Yep.
You know, now it also works in your advantage now because now a lot of people getting caught doing whatever that, you know, like police, you know, if they shoot someone, he was, you know, being whatever, and they shoot him in the back or something like that.
Right.
You know, so cameras are good, but, you know, the kids could sit there, even when you put the parental, you know, they can go to school and look on their friend phones.
Oh, I know. Listen, my friend lost his 12-year-old doing some stupid ass Airwick challenge or something that he saw on TikTok. You know?
Yeah.
And
So we have to understand that it's like cause and effect. So we gonna deal with like a few more years of like, you know, the young, you know, like music artists that we see dying. You know, look at like, you know, you look at like the last two decades, they're heroes. Most of those rappers are dead. They either
That's
dead,
true.
peeled out.
And I feel the same way when it comes to all this stuff, the entitlement, the political, like all that stuff. Like, y'all getting old. Okay, you know, the generations below are coming up, and you know, we're the 80s babies. Well, I got you in the 80s, but you're the 70s,
late 70s.
So you know, and then Carissa, you know, she's coming on her 26th. I have that right? Yeah,
Yes,
birthday in November,
26th.
and it's like, you know,
What's that, 90?
97.
97.
Right.
God.
Yeah, put that. She yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I know. It was so different. It was so different between now and then. And the thing is social media and all those platforms, everything like that, it's gaming, all that. It's not bad. It's not bad.
It's not bad.
It's just a matter of making sure that, if you are creating content, be mindful of what you're creating, be mindful of what you're doing. But that's the hard part is people aren't mindful. They're not.
Yeah, well, I believe you got to always just, again, positive reinforcement. You got to be like, that's cool, but also, this is like.
Well, and my children aren't followers though, so I got to say that I've never been a follower. My children aren't followers, none of them. Like,
that's good.
And they no,
like,
you're Leo. Right, and a leader, Like, that's the thing is like, and their dad too. Like, we've always kind of set the standard of you be who you need to be, like you be who you are, and we've always encouraged that, and we've always tried to give them opportunities to grow in those areas.
Yeah,
and they're not like most people of their generation, and I say most because that's the hard part is most people sadly seem to be like the girl that hit Joey last night.
Yeah.
And the reality of that is awful. Like it hurts.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. So it's like people like that like home and they know better, right?
Mm-hmm.
But just because of what they are going around psychologically, whatever they're going around, a lot of people like maybe trying to, like, hey, I'm trying to get her so I can go do this, or I'm trying to go do that. Like
self.
Yeah. And that's one thing about it. Like, I've been around the world 7 times, man. And so I see just going different places, what it is. And,
It's the disconnect. It's the divide. There's no unity in our communities at all. I mean, there are unity in some communities. There are, and they don't want that at all either. But that's the problem. Is we all live next door to each other, but you don't know who the fuck is next to you.
Facts.
You really don't. The days of making dinners and like actually me and my boss and bestie and if you're watching Kristen and Masley, love you. We're wanting to go build. She want to get some land and build a homestead and, create like a little village area. Like that's really what our souls crave is our village. Yeah. And these people are so lost and so disconnected from village and self that things like that happen where a 12-year-old can see something and be like, oh, that's what makes me look cool and whatever. And
but I will tell you this, I do just like anything. Mm-hmm. Again, going. I mean, just look at all the stuff we used to see during the civil rights movement, right? And you'd be like, "Dang, man, that was messed up." Mm-hmm. But we weaved our way out of it. Mm-hmm. Oh, we're gonna weave ourselves out of this.
So we were just literally talking about that. Remember what I said on the way here? I was talking about the thing is though, the hard part is the majority of the people that like entrepreneurs, I feel like at heart we are the ones that don't follow that path. Mm-hmm. We can't suffice that 9 to 5 don't work for us. It hurts us. Like it hurts to do that. But there's so many people that are complacent. Like seriously, slavery didn't end. It just became classism more. Yeah. And the poor people we put the pockets for that 1%. Okay, the 9 to 5 that you have to work 3 of. Yeah. In order just to survive is, you know what I mean? You're complacent now. Yeah. People don't have fight left in them. They don't have the tenacity to really want. They have the false sense of security in a country. Like when 9/11 happened, sorry, Kristen, if you're watching, that smacked everybody in their face because they had this such serious, like, we are this country and we are untouchable and we are this and we are that. And then things keep happening over and over again. Like we were just talking about Sandra Bland on the way here because like her generation don't even know about her. That was so long ago. And she was an activist who stood up and spoke about injustice. Yeah. And she just come up dead after a blinker went out or a brake light, one or the other. And she committed suicide. Yeah. Come on now. Yeah. Like, that was 8 years ago. So we've been doing this a long time. But I do have
8 years ago?
It's right. You remember done it?
And
we're still doing it. We're still, we're still having a march. We're still having to do this. But people are seeing people who didn't have the exposure growing up are starting to see, things like the bra, like, okay, you know what?
Nah, look, one thing about this universe is it's going to even itself out.
Yes, balance.
Balance itself out. People, like this new generation, I was just talking this to my young adult kids, who are adults now. But I'm like, y'all going to continue to see some of your heroes die, and then, then it's going to be like, okay, well, that's not cool. Like all that gunplay and stuff, like all that pop in the music videos, like whatever, obviously coming up in like the 80s and 90s, until NWA, but NWA wasn't even really flexing like that.
No.
Like now, like they just super flexing, you know. And then you figure out if you the kid, you home by yourself after school or whatever, you watching this stuff on your phone and you think that's what it is.
It's influence.
Yeah, and then like they don't even
And it
like,
also
fight
depends
no more.
on.
That's why I don't even go out no more.
They don't.
Yeah, I don't fight no more, man. They be like, oh, you hit me? Run to the trunk.
Yeah,
You know, it's
unfortunately.
crazy. But nah, that's all gonna weave itself out.
I totally agree. It
Oh,
takes its
hell yeah.
time, and you know, like I said, coming together with people who support you. You know, find your tribe. Don't be hanging out with these people that are getting into things or whatever. Let them. Karma gonna all work it out for people. I mean, we seeing that in all kinds of ways right now, good and bad.
Yeah, and don't be scared to lead by example neither, man. Like that'd be my thing. I just be leading by example. I'd be oblivious to a lot going on, but that's on purpose.
Right.
Like I literally like, you know, but you know, your brain is really the strongest muscle you got.
Yep.
And so I literally, like, I'll be sitting there scrolling
It's
or something.
important to.
You know, and like I see something, I'll be like, I don't even want to see that. And I just keep going. Now, everybody can't do that. I would encourage people to do that.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? You know, we all got this thing called curiosity. You know what I mean? And
But it's about protecting your energy field. Like you have an
Facts.
energetic field
Facts.
that when you. That's why, like growing up, my mama always had the news on. It drove me crazy because it's a strong heal. Like I'm an empath to the 10th degree.
Yeah.
So I like Maui, even before my homegirl Vanessa, by the way, shout out to Vanessa. You know, she hit me up for some prayers and some support because she has family over there.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it's insane what happened. Like it's unheard of for that to have happened. I just wept, and I couldn't figure out why because I hadn't even heard about it yet.
Are you a conspiracy theorist?
Oh, absolutely.
I am.
Are you
Big time.
We all saw those pictures, right?
So yeah, we did. So what y'all think happened over there?
Do you know how, first of all, because we're going to talk spiritual, okay, y'all? Do you know how spiritually powerful and in-depth that area is and the people on that island are?
Yeah.
Like, I really feel like this isn't just like surface level Civil War type stuff. We've been in spiritual battle for a long time, you know. And
Revelations. The book of Revelations. Y'all,
So
if you don't know it, read it.
The solar flares are off the charts. The I can never say this, human residence is insane. Like
Hurricane headed straight to California right now.
right, that hasn't happened in it rarely
Forever.
happened to beginning. Yeah, to begin with.
From a Floridian, let me tell you.
Yeah, and I
Be
literally
prepared.
just said there was a chick on my Instagram talking about, we're gonna hunker down and it's coming straight for us. I'm like, listen, I literally said from a Floridian,
Especially look at what
be mindful.
whether you believe it or not that they can control the weather, whether you believe it or not that things are coming into play on a different. I mean, come on, y'all. They've been using all kinds of weapons against us, including our own fucking water. So let's not be naive here. Let's not be naive. But like even if you don't want to go down that rabbit hole, still your life is more important. It's unpredictable. The weather is crazy right now. It's gonna be worse for a while. You know, don't take the chance. You know, I mean,
It's definitely a shift going on.
yeah. it's
You know, like
major
I don't,
shifts.
you know, I never really consider myself a conspiracy theorist. Like, oh, Oprah wanted to get all these acres in Maui, so she, you know, had her people burn it down or whatever.
Oh, nah, I didn't.
Y'all
hear
ain't heard that one?
Nah.
No, I ain't heard that. What the
Y'all
hell?
better back up off my.
Y'all ain't heard that about Oprah?
No.
No, what the
Yeah,
hell?
man.
Well, now we did.
Yeah, I'm telling you. So, you know, it's always like stuff like that happen, but then they'll be like, yo, y'all need to read the book of Revelations. You know, the earth ended by water one time. All right? And so it says the next time the earth ends, it's going to be by fire.
See,
So-
I'm not versed enough in the books, and that's
Yeah.
interesting that we're going.
Well, I'm
into-
not like me. I'm not a religious person. I'm a
No.
spiritual person.
So that's what I was gonna bring
Yeah.
up is we were having the conversation on the way here. I'm surprised that this took this here, but when spirit leads you, you follow. We were just talking about the biggest trick that the devil ever used to convince is religion. Religion and any other thing to divide people, because now you have like, oh my gosh, Kristen's father, he's still so adorable, and he says to me the other day, he's like, you know, you have free will, right? Every Bible says you have free will. That's one thing that everybody can agree on. We have free will. We get to make our own choice. We get to decide whether or not we're going to worship this God, that God, whatever we're going to do.
Right.
But if you don't worship certain gods, you're going to burn in hell.
Yeah,
gonna
man.
burn
Like,
in
you know, it's crazy, man.
Fear control people. Fear control.
I was in Guam in 2017, 18. I was in Guam, and I was there when the dude over there in North Korea was flexing like he was over there shooting off these rockets. Like you can go to a section on the beach out there in Guam and literally see these things like, and it looked like flares, but it's not flares. These straight rockets. So when the sun go down, they would literally be shooting these things, like testing these rockets. And that was like right when, Trump went over there to talk to dude or whatever, was called him Rocket Man or whatever. So I'm over there. I was like, man, let me just, go out. I want to talk to this monk. And, I just brought a lot of perspective in the stuff, man. And I'm like, well, it's wild out here, man. It's like, religion, it's like, he said one thing about we all have a code, a serial code with the universe, right? So this will trip you out, and this tripped me out because he brought it to my attention. I'm like, yo, this crazy, right? So just y'all guess how many people were born and have died since the beginning of time.
100 billion.
100 billion, right?
Okay, Phil.
There you go.
Ahead.
That's a good number.
Did you
right?
Google that?
No, I know it.
Yeah,
Of course he
100
did.
billion,
Phil
right?
is like that.
Here's the trick. I'm telling you, we all have a serial code with the universe. I'm telling you, we all got a serial code. Want to know why? What do we all have that nobody else have? Your fingerprint, right? Your fingerprint. It's been all these people that have lived and died. Nobody, not even twins, have the same fingerprint. That is how they know how to track you, whatever.
You're right.
Your fingerprint.
Damn, that's true.
Everybody's is different. All the people that have lived and died, we all have this connection to the universe. It's like a serial code,
Right, yeah.
Think about it.
No, for real.
Who has the same thumbprint?
No,
We don't.
That's very interesting. I don't know how I've never put that. Like when you hear those kind of things, you're like, how come I never put that together before?
Yeah.
But that's why the teachers and leaders it irks me because it's like they took Jesus and threw him into a religion when he was just here to teach those kind of things. He was there to kind of be that when you're born in a society that tells you that you already so evil and bad just because you was born and someone had to die for your sins, come on. Then you wonder why we're depressed and anxious.
Look, we are all connected to the universe in a certain way. We all got a path. We might not like the answers. Somebody die.
So do you believe in past life and reincarnation?
I do. I tell you this. I do believe that there is different realms, right? I don't believe that we gain all this knowledge us talking to each other, connecting, people that come in your life in and out. I don't think that we gain all that knowledge just to die and then be gone.
Yep.
I think that like when we die, it continues in another place.
Absolutely.
Neither one of us know what it looks like. You feel me? No. But, one day we're going to find out.
Yeah, and I feel like if you, with certain practices, you can tap into that more and more. And that's the thing. So that's what we were talking about is, I think it would be safe to say, and I could be wrong, y'all call in, if you're still watching, you're still here with us, message. What was the biggest thing that most people would tell you the reason why they turn away from God or any type of spiritual endeavor?
Religion.
They force
and the
me.
teachers,
They're forcing me. I have no choice.
They have religion. I'm not, and I'm not accepted for who I am because I'm a sinner because of this, and that, and just and it's division. Anything that they can use to divide us from our own understanding that we have a straight connection with the divine and universe and everything in it. They keep the control.
Man, listen, some of the most sinning people I know be up in the church every week.
Right.
My grandfather was
Even
a Baptist preacher.
Pastors
who
are the
molested
number
his children.
one
Oh, my
sinners,
gosh.
dude. They be all up in the church like, well, oh God, you love God, but they diddling little kids across the
They be like
across the way.
flexing like, okay, you got a Lambo. How'd you get that Lambo? It's like the ones that be like that dude, what's his name, Dollar up in Atlanta?
Creflo Dollar.
Creflo damn Dollar. Okay. He up there literally asked the congregation to get him an airplane.
Phil, you got
Right?
a camera over on you?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, you better keep joining in.
And
Put yourself on camera.
they got him an airplane, right?
$53 million.
$53 million. Now, huge church in Atlanta, right?
Yep.
Evander Holyfield gave this dude millions. I mean, he would like tithe all the time. Evander Holyfield, right? He had this dope house, right? The house that he had is now owned by Rick Ross. And they used it in Coming to America, the new one. So he had this big old house, right? After boxing, he went bankrupt, whatever. Nah, maybe he did, maybe he didn't. Could have went to the church and said, hey, help me out. You got all this money. You got an airplane. Can y'all help me with my house? Help me keep my house? Nah, man. Rick Ross on the house now. Put it like that. That was Evander Holyfield's house.
I see that's the thing is you have to be careful. And I say this, like, I'm not going to don't ever think someone's right or wrong. If it feels wrong to you, trust that. It's your intuition telling you if it feels right to you. And that's what we're here for. Not spiritually and emotionally, mentally. We're here to help open up some things that you can, maybe resonate with and say, okay, aha, because that allows you to do things like trust your intuition, go on your path, find yourself, find your calling, and just enjoy, because heaven and hell, it's a scary concept for a reason, because it doesn't make sense. It doesn't work that way. So you can choose heaven and hell here.
Yeah.
Where's your state of mind? Are you gonna be in a positive state, or are you gonna be in this space where
energy is love, right? Energy is love. And the dark spots is like, this is a dark spot. A lot of people like get themselves and put them in a dark spot. But the universe is built off of like light, which is love. And that's what my atmosphere about. I'm talking about as soon as somebody be going crazy around me, I'd be like, all right, I'm out.
Time to go.
Step away from the energy.
I'm out.
And it's that important, and that's what it takes. And you lose friends over years, and you lose people that you think that you're never gonna lose, and sometimes you lose them because they leave this realm way before their time. And the more people you lose like that, the more you realize, like, I appreciate that connection for what it was, for how it was here, for how it taught me, whatever it was that exposed. But you can't, we support even disconnecting from your own family.
You know what I'm saying? Thinking though,
right?
$53 million for the airplane.
Oh my God.
Well, and that's okay. Thank you for bringing it back to that, because that's the thing. What are you doing for the world? What are you really doing for your community? If I'm supportive of churches that are actually in the community and doing positive things, or not just out here lining their pockets. So,
man,
there was a movie I just watched on Netflix. Speaking of church and opening it, I'm gonna pull it up right now on Netflix.
Was it Jesus Revolution?
I think so, yes. I just watched it on Netflix, and let me tell you, honestly.
Oh, okay.
Hey.
You're live on the air. Who's this?
This is Joey, the guy who broke his leg.
How are you?
Hey,
How are
Joey,
you
the
feeling?
badass in the building, y'all. How's surgery?
I actually didn't have it yet. It got postponed until tomorrow morning.
Okay.
Turns out a lot of people came in with broken bones last night.
That's not
They
funny.
all get
I'm
hit
so
by
sorry.
trucks.
No, it was like some guy got kicked in the face by a horse. There was one person who fell down like 2 flights of stairs.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, you never know.
What was going on in the energies last night, y'all? That was crazy.
Ocala was in there.
Listen,
It was weird.
And I hate that that's how we met, man. But we're so excited that we got to meet such a cool, dope person. Like, your energy is everything, kid.
It was kind of fun, except the fact that my leg was backwards. Other than that, it was great.
Backwards, y'all.
I'll tell you what. Whatever they gave me when I got to the hospital, I was having a great time.
Right on.
On everything you could think of, man.
Oh
Everything.
man.
Well, I didn't meet you, brother, but I'm glad you're okay though.
Yeah, it was crazy. I mean the fact is, it just happened so fast. I didn't realize what was happening. I saw her slowing down. It was like a yield sign or a stop sign. I saw her slowing down. I was in the middle of the crosswalk. You figure most people, you see someone in a crosswalk, you kind of stop.
You can't trust nobody.
And all of a sudden, I was like on the ground, and my leg was facing me, and all of a sudden
as soon as we heard him grab that, we saw him grab that, and I was scared because from my view, it looked like he hit, like the truck hit the front of him, his head, and the way the way he came rolling back out though, and then he looked at his leg and he said, "You broke my fucking leg." And I was like, "Oh, we just ran over there and like, oh," and you did such a good job staying calm.
You were so strong. I'm so proud.
And
I got really lucky. I really did, because she very easily could have flattened me, and it could have been a whole lot worse. So I'm thankful that it was only just a foot.
Y'all hear this 21-year-old? Keep it going. Keep it going.
Now, I did talk to the doctor, and he said this is one of the worst leg ankle cases he's seen in like 10 years.
Wow.
So I'm gonna have to have like 3 different surgeries and physical therapy for a year and all sorts of fun stuff.
Yeah, you're right.
I told you.
Yeah, Chris caught up. I was asking him earlier, and asking her earlier. I'm like, so how long? And have they given you an idea, like after surgery, how long you'll be down, like in the hospital?
I'll probably, to be honest, I won't be in the hospital that long.
Good.
I'll probably have two or three surgeries and be in the hospital for 5 days after surgery, whatever it is, will send me home.
So
And,
y'all can hear
but
his voice. You could hear like what an uplifting, just incredible person he is. Like you could feel his energy.
Yeah.
And this bitch. Don't worry, I'm gonna have a conversation with her. But I didn't say that
Call
out
in
loud.
if you
I
hit
didn't say
him.
that out loud. Yeah.
If you
like,
hit him, call
how
in.
do
I
you
bet
have
won't.
no?
I remember I was sitting there on the ground and she looked pissed off.
See,
Like,
that's what we were
it was
saying.
my
like,
fault.
Right.
Yeah,
was
we were
like
talking about
upset.
that.
Well, in case
Entitlement-
you don't know, was she a blonde? She was a blonde too. In case you don't know, pedestrians have the right of way, and you're in fucking downtown Ocala on a Saturday night. Be aware.
She's a
Like
bottle blonde.
y'all
Yeah.
lucky.
Entitlement.
Y'all lucky that we was focused on our boy Joey here because we fight. We fight.
That's right.
But,
Yeah.
and that's the kind of thing. That's the problem is people get away with their entitlement time and time again. And, Joey, we just hope that it sucks that this happened. It shouldn't happen to anybody, but it couldn't have happened to a more beautiful person and just a dope kid. And the fact that you're sitting here not going, why did this happen?
Yeah.
Poor me. And you're staying
I
in a
would not.
positive,
I would not have thought you was 21 just by this phone call.
I'm saying you can
I'd have
feel
been
that
like,
mature spirit
yeah,
right
yeah,
there.
definitely.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you think you'll
Well,
still be up there Friday?
Oh yeah, he'll be there Friday.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
because surgery's tomorrow, right? Monday.
Yeah. I'm not certain. It all depends on how well this first surgery goes. I mean, that's what the
Okay.
surgeon told me today. We kind of sat down and had to a come to Jesus talk, and he was like, everything depends on what happens tomorrow and how much progress I can make once I get in there, because it's
all
all
going to depend on when they get in
it's
there.
So it's
it's
touch
like
and go.
someone dropped a grenade inside my leg.
Oh
Yeah.
damn! So it's
Yeah.
touch and go. I mean, that's
It's
what I'm
rough,
telling
yeah.
y'all. Like, if y'all, he asked Chris, he's like, "You take a picture." Chris goes, "I don't think that's a good idea." He said, "Okay, I trust you." This thing was really the level of pain that you had to be in. Like, you did so great.
That's wild.
You did so great. But well, if anybody wants to like do anything for Joey, I'll probably throw up a Cash App or something to where we can get together some little gift baskets and come up
Help him along his
and
way.
come
Oh,
support
that's
you while
nice.
you're up there. Yeah, for real, man.
Absolutely.
Sorry it happened. I'm so excited. We're so excited that you called, man.
I know.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Sometimes you just have to drop your head in and say, "What's up?"
Right. We appreciate
Someone's
it.
got to fill in my side of the story, right?
Yeah.
That's
And we're
true.
glad it was you. We're glad it
The
was
man
you.
himself. Yeah.
Absolutely. But we will stay in touch for sure. And
Yep.
we might even have to like cart you along one day and come up here in the studio and you can sit down with us and chit chat.
There you go. Yeah.
That would be dope.
Yeah.
We'd love to have you and your friends, man. Your one friend. Oh, he was so. What is his name that we called?
Jared, right?
Was it Jared?
Jared, yeah.
Oh.
So
He
we
had
got to the hospital, and he was they let him hold, like the lead vest and whatever, and he helped me take my X-rays for my leg and stuff. He was all excited. He got to take the pictures and do everything. So it was pretty fun.
Oh,
I
Joey,
was
that's.
doped up out of my mind, so I had no idea what was going on.
It's going to
but
be
we
one of
had a good
those
time.
stories that you're going to have forever and ever and ever. And you're always going to remember the people who were there. And you're always going to remember that feeling of the support and the panic of, I just got hit by a motherfucking truck. This bitch broke my leg.
There you go.
Like, for real.
Well,
but
hey, let me go. I got a doctor coming in.
all right,
All
Joey.
right.
Thanks
You're
for calling.
welcome.
We love you,
Soon,
man. We love you.
Bye.
All right, later. Nice meeting you guys.
All right. Love, bro.
So he literally showed us what support can do.
Yeah.
And the fact that not everyone has that support, which again brings me back to this is what we're doing this for. Tribe is so important. Unity is so important. We all are one. We are all connected to everything, each other. And so it's really important to get to space because a lot of people who are dealing with depression and traumas and PTSD and the list goes on. And I mean, why wouldn't you? We live in this, we live in this.
Yeah.
But the longer you stay in that, the longer you can, the further away you are from loving yourself truly.
Right.
And you can't accept love from your community or from anyone without loving yourself. And a lot of people, didn't grow up with that, you know? And we were in areas where there's a liquor store every corner, no libraries in sight, Yeah. So people doing what they got to do, and you see certain things, you grow up a certain way, your reality is not what most other people's reality is.
Right.
People used to argue, there ain't two different worlds. Yes, there's multiple different worlds.
Absolutely.
And
Everybody see it differently.
Right, and have different experiences.
Right.
You know, you have people who've never lost a person ever, and they in their 30s.
Yeah.
They never seen their mama do drugs. They've never seen, you know, their daddy beat somebody.
Keyword C.
Right, and right, and actually like
Yeah.
be in that, you know, and monkey see, monkey do. What's really what we all are just examples.
Yeah.
So you know, leading by example is really really important, and no one's trauma is worse or less than anyone else's. If it affects you, it affects you, and it keeps you from having peace and being able to enjoy this experience. And so, you know, we're really excited to bring some type of support. And even if you never call in, even if you never write us, and you know, we have had people just from the couple of episodes we did before, you know, hit us up and you know, something that we said, whatever, and that's connection. You know?
I mean, I know when you know this is ready to go on YouTube or social media or whatever. I mean, I'm definitely gonna share it, and you know,
it's live already, so as soon as we get done, it's gonna be
okay.
But yeah, so you know, I appreciate it, and we love to have you on again, and as many times. I know you're busy. Let's talk about your merch though. Let's make sure we don't forget about your merch.
Yeah, Fresh AF, which is fresh as fuck. New energy. Matter of fact, I got y'all some wristbands. I left it in the car.
Oh yeah, we were kind of rushing for some reason.
Yeah. Well, anyways, yeah. But yeah, so I did an exclusive merch deal with Amazon. Like I mean, like y'all know, like all the DM stuff, right? They like legit reached out to my DM. Amazon did and was like, "Yo, we want you to be a part of our." Like merch, you know, because they saw I had merch going through this other company. I don't know if it's like direct competition. They're like, we'll do all your merch and we'll Amazon Prime it to people's door.
Wow.
And it was like, you know, boom, boom. And that's what happened. So Amazon do all my merch. You get it in, what, a day, 2 days?
Very nice.
You
Very
know,
nice.
so yeah, they got all my designs. So that's dope.
That is
dope.
dope.
It's
dope.
cool,
and see,
man.
Again, I feel like that's all part of who you've been in this experience, this lifetime, who you've been for yourself, who you've been for those that you've touched. Because I mean, you were just on another podcast. You're so supportive of everybody.
Yeah.
You show so much love, and it's received. It's reciprocated.
Man, you know what? It's like, you know, maybe like this. It's like, you know, this job that I have, it's not so, you know, I'm not taking from any DJ, artist, producer, whatever. But this is not a hard job, right? It's like, you know, when people say, okay, you know, give me a drop for this event, it take 30 seconds, literally. Hey, you can be in your car. Hey, I'm going to be here. Da, da, da. Like, literally, you know, sometimes people make this job more hard than what it is.
Yeah.
But again, I come from the old school, man. Like, you know, you'll walk up to, like, you know, some of the OGs and they'll do a drop like that. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So it always surprises me when you do get some of these, like, OGs that, like, you'll be like, hey, we got the show going on, and it take them forever to do a drop or whatever, you know, just, it's, you know, but yes.
I feel like those kind of people stop appreciating like
Oh,
where
absolutely.
they're at and what they've got going on and forget, and like they stop
Like, bro,
appreciating.
you're literally showing up getting, like, racks.
Right.
You know, like, you know, the good thing about what we do, when you get to a certain level, you get paid really good.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you showing up and you getting a whole bag.
I think that's the same level as an entitlement thing again, right there. Because I mean, if you think about it, the girl who hit him and now she's annoyed because she has to be there with the poor child. You heard everything he's going through, y'all. And then, you know, and then you get that where it's like, I'm not I don't have to be this for you because it's me.
It ain't,
They're in their own space, you know, and they don't realize that it's a unity thing. Like,
I'm gonna tell you, the artists, DJs, producers, entertainers, period, that are consistent are the ones that don't mind doing the work.
right.
It's like it's like literally you could tell the artists that come and they're gone in 3 to 4, 5 years.
Yep.
Because it's like, okay, like you went through your transition, you know, then you went through your radio thing, went through being a superstar thing, and then you disappeared.
Yeah.
Right? The ones that disappeared, they didn't do the work.
Right.
They didn't do the drops. They didn't show appreciation when they showed up at the radio
That's
station.
true. You're right.
On their off time, like literally, I'm off for like a few weeks.
Right.
You know, like what does it hurt for me to drive an hour?
Right.
You know, to come out here and, you know, be in the presence of, you know, this awesome atmosphere, you know, or go do, you know, hey, you know, you want to do this podcast? Yeah, because at the end of the day, you know, your people are going to see this. They're going to collect energy off of it. The other podcasts I did, they're going to collect energy. The one I'm doing next week, going to collect, you know. So it's like, that's how you get the word out, you know. And I feel like, you know, as on my journey that it's just, you know, I'm leading by example. I'm just putting out, you know, I'm going to just put out this energy. And it's not like no fake energy. Like, this is just me.
No, that's
You
the
know
best
what I
thing.
mean?
It's like we know, we
Yeah.
can tell, and that was what I don't even know what exactly made me contact you or nothing. It was just like this feeling of like, let me just see what's up. Let me
Yeah.
see. I just had the idea. We talked about it. All right, cool. And for you to respond and then just in such a positive way,
Yeah.
it is really exciting because people do forget. They forget. They get to a certain place, and it's like, okay, now they're in a different world now, or they got there in an inorganic way. The people who get in a certain place inorganically, they didn't have the real talent that it takes, because it's not just talent. Like if you look at an athlete and you're like, okay, you're an amazing athlete, like let's say a boxer, knockout artist.
Yeah.
But if you're not training and you too busy wrapped up in female drama or this, that, or whatever else, and you're not dedicated to your craft, and you start getting that ego coming in, karma gonna,
Man, listen. I done worked with so many artists.
You caught it, huh? He said, "Oh, she talking about somebody." Anyway,
I've worked with so many different artists, man, and I've seen it from a lot of different lights. I see artists that are winning right now, artists that aren't winning anymore. It's wild out here, man. It's wild, man. And I'm blessed to be in the position I'm in.
it's good to see good people winning. It really is.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I hear all the time, why you doing this? Why you doing that? You don't need to do this no more. But I feel like I do, because it ain't hurting me.
Listen, when I went on the promo tour for Flow Rider,
Yeah.
we literally was like hanging posters in New York City. I'm handing out whistles and to kids and to people passing in New York
Blow the
City.
whistle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So it was cool. And he didn't need to do that. That's when he was dropping his Wilds One album. But he went and made sure to show all the radio stations that were playing his music, like appreciation.
And Flow Rider is still working. He's still doing arenas, going across seas, doing all that. Another one, Pitbull, same one. Out there do the work. I remember when Pitbull was trying to rap, like be a rapper. He was wearing the baggy, 4X T-shirt
Really?
and stuff like that. Oh yeah, he like they tried to market him as a rapper. So I remember guys like that, and then like obviously Kulo came out, and then that's what changed him to the up tempo stuff. Flow Rider, same way, was on his rap tip.
Yep.
He had put out a song called Birthday, and they was trying to like market him as a street artist because Ross was on the same label, and that damn Low came out with T-Pain. And the rest is history.
Yeah, I found his flow.
Yeah,
and
then consistency is key, man. And then sometimes you get brought back to I know a lot of artists that get brought back to the homeowners too, where they go out there and they try to try to act like these new artists, and they get brought back to reality.
Yep.
I done seen it.
Yep.
I done seen it like.
And it's just like you were
lot.
saying with the fingerprint. Everyone has their own individual path here. So
absolutely.
when you copying people and you comparing, you're not being true to who you are, and whatever you're doing is not going to stick. That's that fake
Facts.
shit. That's that fake shit. Now, I do believe there is a great energy behind fake it till you make it. It's called manifesting. When you just put yourself in that space of, nah, this is who I am.
Right.
This is who I'm showing up as, and it's going to show up for me.
Right.
And you allow that, but a lot of people, they think it's hustle. They think I got to get out here and hustle hard, and which you do. You got to put in the work, but you also got to put a lot of it in, in your faith. Know who you are. Russ wrote a really dope book about being delusional. Yeah. Working, you think you're not getting anywhere because it hasn't happened in a year.
Man.
Don't come for me.
This one in her modeling, she's so cute. And I was like,
my gosh.
baby, I know you gotta, it's sometimes people, it happens faster, but it happens in the timing that it's meant to happen. And you know what? You will get tested. How serious are you about this? How much do you really feel this? How much do you deserve this?
For anybody listening to this right now, like I'm still on Batman hours, right?
Oh yeah.
I'm still up at like 4 a.m. writing, coming up with ideas, just renewing, okay, let me do this, let me do this, let me, do this, and the worst answer you can get is no, right? So I've literally, all the remixes I put out, I ended up putting out a Michael Jackson remix, a Kanye West remix, what other remixes I put out? A Guns N' Roses remix, right?
Oh, I like that one.
The 2 remixes that I didn't get a chance to put out because they told me no was Rihanna, Unfaithful. Like Rihanna people was like, we ain't having it.
Okay.
And then Meek Mill, so I guess because they in a competition, like, what's the anthem of Philly or whatever. So I did a remix of Dreaming Nightmares and I Wanna Rock with Louis Vert. And so they denied my license for it. But that's how the universe works. Shaq played it and it went viral. You know, so all these other DJs was like, oh, send, you know, and everybody was in the comments, you know, official STRIZZO made that, da, 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 da. So it all worked out the way
how
it's
that pans out. You know, it's
Yeah.
funny too. I got to meet Shaquille O'Neal once. Y'all, the dumbest thing I've ever said to a celebrity is I walked up to Shaq and he's wearing a shirt that said, "I had it up to here with midgets." We were at a hookah lounge and my boy had locked us in and I was out there for an interview. It was years ago and he's with Godfrey. They were shooting that TV series.
Yeah.
I forgot what it's called, but dude's cool as heck, humble as heck, but I'm like, you're really tall. I remember being like, okay.
You're like
Yeah.
7'2", 7.
Yeah. Even with my stilettos on, I was like, dang, man. But, you know, he's dope energy. He's cool
Yeah.
people. And it's
Yeah,
like,
Shaq, good dude.
and when you are in that frequency, you align like that. Things align. So,
Absolutely.
you know, hey, cool. I'm glad they told you no because it turned out the way it was supposed to turn out.
That's it.
And even better.
Absolutely.
You know, so.
I ended up getting that Lil Jon license, and that one's doing its thing right now. So I'm not complaining at
Obviously,
all.
yeah.
And what I did, I kind of flipped it a little bit. So I used the AI picture for the cover, but that was like on
The one in
purpose.
like the race car thingy? Yeah.
A lot of people think that's really my body. No, that's AI. That's AI. Because I looked and I'm like, nobody using this AI, like, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
like, you know, so I kind of did it as like a cliche thing. Like, and everybody literally think that, I mean, that hat I had on wasn't even the hat I
No,
had
I
on.
wouldn't have thought it was
Yeah.
AI either. Like,
Yeah.
I've seen it a few times, and I thought
Yeah.
it popped. I did think, that pops. That's a good marketing,
Yeah.
you know? And that's the other thing. Like, when I was working with artists and stuff, and I'm starting to dabble a little more again.
Yeah.
But this is the biggest thing is, like, it's not enough to just be talented. There's a lot of talent.
Right.
You got to be marketable. Like, you're
Absolutely.
the product. You're the product.
And you got to
And-
always reinvent yourself.
Yes.
You know, you got to reinvent yourself,
Well,
man.
is it reinventing or is it growth?
It works hand in hand.
Yeah,
It
you
works
know?
hand in hand. You know,
You got to
like,
not be afraid to grow
Right.
to a space that you reinvent because just because this was working for you, you
Right.
might get stuck in it,
right.
kind of thing.
Like I got my own, like, you know, my own thing. I don't mind, you know, wearing a jersey or whatever. I don't mind, you know, I don't really get into what everybody wearing or just whatever I'm comfortable in, man. That's what I'm a rock. You know, but I make
It's
it
called
look
authenticity.
authenticity. You know what I mean? You know, I just rock how I rock, man. And so whenever any one of y'all out there that's watching this or going to watch this, y'all just know that when y'all just come on up, man, holler. I don't be on no Hollywood stuff, man. We just be chilling.
No, dope people. Thank you so much.
Growing
for
through
coming
the
out.
trauma.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming. Yeah.
We really appreciate you. How you like our logo? So
I like it.
For those that don't know, these are marijuana leaves. And this is your heart, and this is, you know, repair and all that.
Yeah.
And we are
pro weed. So don't come on here in the comments.
we
talking
are
about
pro
some-
we are pro using medication to help
I
because
wanna
you
hear
know as opposed
Absolutely.
to as opposed,
I literally got a blunt in my pocket.
I'm
right
saying like hey, and we're gonna go outside after this because
Absolutely.
poor STRIZZO didn't get time to vibe before because we was a little late weather and traffic, but
I like took no, I'm not gonna say that because I don't.
Okay.
Like, I don't want like no police like watching on the
Right,
low.
don't even-
I don't want them to. So it don't matter.
Nope, no.
I did nothing.
I have nothing and I did nothing. I have nothing.
That's it. Thank you, everybody who tuned in. We appreciate
Yes,
you.
we'll
Like
see you next
it's all
time.
love, and it's so dope to that Joey. But yeah, check for our page, and we'll update with that, and we'll put all STRIZZO's stuff up so that you can find him. And
Yeah.
and I don't know how you couldn't find him. You should be able to find him way easier than us. but
STRIZZO
on
STRIZZO.
everything, STRIZZO.
You know, I'm all over the place, man. You know, you can't miss me.
Yeah, it's dope. We appreciate the divine
Appreciate
masculine.
y'all,
like, you
man.
bring
Thank
the
y'all
energy
so
out.
much.
Thank you,
You know.
Phil.
For coming. Thank you,
Yeah,
Phil.
thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna have you peeping a little more.
And by the way, please don't hesitate to reach out to us if you have any questions.
Yeah, we may
concerns,
not
comments,
always be
complaints.
able to get back right away. So but we definitely are looking for people and checking for everybody. And
Oh, that's
and
me.
always
If you want to
sending
come
love.
tell your
Yes,
story,
exactly.
by all means, come and tell your story.
That's
you
me
know.
checking my Facebook inbox, and it's literally like messages from like May.
I know. I hate when I miss somebody, especially somebody like I actually.
I'm sorry.
I'm like, I don't know where your message went to, but I'm finding it now. Better late than never.
facts.
But yeah, it's all love, guys. Thanks for joining us, and
Thank
we'll
you, thank
see
you,
you next time.
Bye.